Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Tyman on Tap. I'm your host, Joe Tyman. We have a great guest tonight in Natasha Nicole. She's an independent musician. So let's start the show. So first things first, I got to tell you about where you can find us. You can find us, of course, on WPA.TV. You can find us on Facebook, Tyman on Tap, or Facebook/Tyman on Tap. Google Plus, don't check us out on Google Plus. Twitter, Tyman on Tap Show. YouTube/Tyman on Tap. Vimeo, we're on Vimeo, people. I don't know our Vimeo address, but we're on there. We're also on iTunes and Stitcher, so you can download the weekly podcast. Every Friday, check out our weekly podcast. We're also on Flickr, flickr.com/Tyman on Tap. Instagram, Tyman on Tap, or Tyman_on-Tap. See some great photos from tonight's show. See photos from past shows. Email contact.TymanontAp@gmail.com. Email us. Contact us. Next week, the 22nd, which we'll be shooting. So it goes on Thursday. So you'll be watching this hopefully the 17th, maybe the 18th. Next week's episode, which you guys will see the 25th or 26th, depending on when you get a chance to check it out. We have the Hollister Thompson Band. They are a band, and I don't have any more information about them in front of me right now. So check it out next week if you actually want to find out what they sound like and what they are. They could be any type of music. They could be classical music. They could be an orchestra for all I know. Not sure. We have no information on them. All right. So in some news of the day, Apple partnered up with IBM, which is the first time since their 1991 partnership with Apple, IBM, and Motorola, AIM, to build the PowerPC, which was Apple's chip for about 15 years until Apple got tired of PowerPC's limitations. Today they announced that IBM will be using Apple products as their primary platform of development for the enterprise level. So now Apple has a strong foothold in the enterprise market. This is bad news for BlackBerry and other competitors that aren't partners with IBM, because IBM is still huge in the enterprise world. Other news, NASA said within 40 years or 20 years we will find extraterrestrial life. Alan, how do you feel about finding extraterrestrial life? He's shaking his head. He's confused. This is too much for him. He can't even play chess. How is he going to worry about somebody else outside? So that's pretty much the news of the day. Also today will be the All-Star game for Major League Baseball. By the time you're seeing this, it'll be over, and you'll find out who has home field advantage for the World Series. Alan, who are you pulling for this year in the All-Star game? Alan does not have any opinions today. Alan has been muted for some reason. He's just like opinionless Alan. Okay, well that's it. So we're gonna go to a break shortly, and we're gonna bring on our great guest tonight, Natasha Nicole. We're gonna talk about her music. But make sure you check us out online. Check out Facebook. Tweet at us. #TymanOnTap. #WPAA. Let's get this trending, but I don't know how this works because I don't know when that's going to work when people see it over a bunch of time. But okay. So all right. So everybody, let's go to a break, and then when we come back, we'll have a great guest. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tyman on Tap. I want to introduce our guest, Natasha Nicole. Maybe we can have a camera so we can see. Yes. Hey everybody. And my shirt automatically becomes black when you did that. It's weird.
Yeah, it did.
It changed colors. This is a white and green shirt. For some reason, it's like black and gray on the television. All right. So Natasha, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So you're a musician.
I am.
So how would you describe your music to the people that haven't heard you before?
I would say a little pop urban, or urban pop, however you want to put that. I love dance music. I make a lot of dance music, and I write a lot of inspirational music.
Okay. So urban pop urban. So for people at home, what artist out there currently would you describe your sound similar to?
So I think definitely my style's Rihanna. She's definitely one of my biggest inspirations, and I have a very powerful voice. So like Whitney. So it's like putting Whitney Houston on a really dope dance track.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's cool. So, were you heartbroken when Whitney Houston died?
I was very heartbroken. I cried. I wanted to work with her. I wanted to meet her and, pick her brain a little bit on just how, she became who she was, minus the drugs.
Yeah. There's a lot of drugs there, right?
Yeah. So, it was really, really sad, but she's all right now.
Yeah, so how did you get into music? What brought you to the path where you're like, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sing for profession?
Well, my grandfather, my mom's dad, was a musician, and he played for a long time, traveling. He was mostly Latin artist. I'm Dominican, Puerto Rican, so he did traveled a lot of the islands. And then my grandmother got into it, and when she got pregnant, she stopped. And my mom loves Broadway, so she was raised in New York, did a lot of Broadway and dance, and passed it on to me, and I learned Broadway. I think one of my first songs that she taught me was Home from the musical The Wiz. Remember that with Diana Ross and Michael Jackson? And, from there, she just taught me a lot of musicals and Broadways, and I was always into pop. I loved Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and I just,
back to 1999.
Yeah, 99, that's where it was at. And oh, man, it makes me really old. So, I don't know, just music's always just been there, and then, I got to writing my own stuff. By 16, I had one of my own written songs, and I loved it, and I just love it. I haven't stopped since. And then my first audition was when I was 14 at Apollo in Harlem, New York. Oh, dude, that was definitely nerve-wracking, heartbreaking. I didn't make it, but it was awesome, and I love auditioning. I still audition, to this day. And
did you ever make it to the Apollo?
I never made it to Apollo. I was actually looking into that to see if I could get back in there and do an auditions. They have auditions all the time, so I will have to definitely go get them.
So where do you perform a lot? Do you perform in New York a lot, or do you perform in this area?
Well, I was in Miami for the last 3.5 to 4 years, so not just been back. I've been back for a year now. So I'm actually picking back up and recording and trying to network a little bit. But in Miami, I was a singer in a nightclub, so I was doing that for a while, and I just try to do a lot of contests out there. And I met this guy, and he wrote for other musicians. He put music together, and he was looking for lyricists. So I started working with him. And I do a lot of karaoke. That's my practice, like my practice stage. So, I mean, right now I'm not doing anything, I'm not really getting paid for performances. Yeah. But I am putting myself out there. I have my fan pages, and I do, I'm trying to get into, like, festivals and fairs and, more events that are coming up very soon.
So what's your karaoke song?
My karaoke song. What's my karaoke song? I love, Alicia Keys. I do a lot of Alicia, and Whitney, Want to Dance with Somebody. Somebody. Yeah.
You making a mixtape?
Right now, I'm trying to do my mixtape. I started in Miami, and I'm finishing it here in Wallingford, actually.
Okay.
I work with some people in Wallingford, and hopefully by the end of next month, I will have my demo ready and ready to really push it, see where it goes from there.
So, in Miami, did you record?
I did record.
So, what have you noticed difference between recording like in the scene in Miami? Obviously, there's more people, and it's like an actual city, and there's a lot of fun stuff.
A lot more going on.
Yeah. But so what have you noticed different from that scene, other than the sheer size of it, compared to like being up back in the Northeast?
There's a lot more opportunity.
Okay.
Definitely lots more opportunity, and like what I wanted to do was in reach. Studio was always in reach of everything. Dance class is always in reach. There was just always something for me to get my hands in and be a part of. Especially in the direction that I'm trying to go, and a lot faster pacing, and you just really got to know your game, because they will play you a lot out there too. Yeah. Definitely.
Is it very cutthroat out there?
Yeah, cutthroat and tricky. Yep.
So have you done much of the New York scene at all since being back up here? Or?
Not yet. No,
Okay.
not really. I did a couple of showcases in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And that was fun, but it was taking more time and energy than anything. It wasn't really doing anything for me as far as, promoting and talking to anybody. But it was fun for traveling purposes and, just getting a little bit of networking out there.
I guess networking is the most important thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about networking. So how are you networking now that you're back in this area?
Last month I went to a music convention.
Okay.
It was held, I think, in like West Haven or something, and there were top people there from like Atlantic was there, G-Unit was there, Universal was there. There was a lot of people, and it was so crazy because I almost didn't make it that day. So we had to rush to make 5 CDs with like 3 little songs in them, and it's crazy when I got to the place there was exactly 5 people, important people, that needed my CDs.
Yeah.
So thank God I got to talk to every one of them, and I got numbers, emails, and I spoke to a lawyer. He was like, put your fan page up and, get your YouTube links up and just, do everything you can to just push yourself and promote yourself. So I'm mostly on the computer a lot.
Yes.
I'm a lot on the computer, and I have built my fan page, and anything with music goes up there. Tyman on Tap will be on my fan page.
Yay, Tyman on Tap. It's kind of funny because sometimes we had very interesting spikes. Like we had a band on from Boston, and it was a very weird band, and like we got 200 views in 24 hours. It was
Nice.
Crazy.
Cool.
It was like the weirdest episode ever. Like this guy was wearing a ski mask with daisies in the eyes, and the other guy was dressed like a cowboy.
Ski mask in July.
Yeah, and he's like playing an organ and a guitar. They were singing David Bowie song. It was wild. But
wow.
But yeah, that. It's interesting with social media because when you promote something for somebody else's, like if you're on somebody's show or if you're performing with somebody live, not only are you promoting it to your fans, but you're also getting like the people that know them also to see you. So it's a great way for both people to kind of network and try to expand.
Definitely.
So it's fun.
Yeah.
So how many hours a week do you think you spend on social media? Do you think is it like a part-time job for you?
It's a part-time job.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're on Twitter.
Oh my God! Don't kill me for that. But I am not on Twitter yet.
You're not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter. I met someone from work. Well, at work I met him. We were talking and discussing. He happened to be a football guru, and he was like, "You need to get a Twitter. This is, the fastest, quickest, coolest way to stay in touch." He's like, "You don't even have to post things. Just follow people, see what's going on. People will follow you." And when I kept talking to him, he's doing a charity pretty soon, so I'm hoping to get the entertainment spot for that. Help him out.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you gotta have Twitter. So everybody's on Twitter.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. The only problem is something can blow up so fast on Twitter. If you say something inappropriate, everybody finds out about it within 10 seconds. It's like it reaches everywhere so quick.
Yeah.
It's
almost like anything else, though. You got to be careful what you post, period.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So you're on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
I will have Alan can edit in your Facebook links. Do you have your own website, or you're just using Facebook?
I'm using Facebook and Facebook for Natasha, and then I have my 2 music pages, my SoundCloud and my Reverb Nation.
Okay. So what do you currently have on your xylophone and reverb, since you're currently recording new material, right?
I am recording new material.
So is this older material, or is this the material that you're currently recording?
So Reverb Nation is old material.
Okay.
I have music from when I was like 18, from 18 to about 5 to 6 years, span. That's older music. And then on SoundCloud is newer music.
Okay.
It's music from my starting in Miami, and then music from up here, and then I've been finding, which is so cool, I've been finding like little tracks that I've recorded and completely forgot about, and then I play them and they sound good, so I'm just posting whatever I can up there.
So how many songs do you think you have recorded in some form or another that you can potentially put up on your SoundCloud? Do you have like a lot of back material?
Right now, no. SoundCloud, honestly, I have maybe 4 to 5 songs.
Okay.
I just finished recording one. I'm going to start recording another one. I'm trying to put at least a 7 to 10 demo together. And then, whatever songs I think are the best, they all go on SoundCloud. And I don't think I'm going to be adding anything else on Reverb.
No, nothing more on Reverb?
Nah.
Do people still use Reverb?
Sometimes. Be surprised. I get a lot of links for that.
No MySpace?
No, oh my God, MySpace. What is my face? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah, well, it's still there.
I don't use it.
Yeah. I remember people used to use LiveJournal to promote their music. Like they'd have a blog and they would update.
Yeah.
That was a while. That was like 2003, 2002.
I tried blogging. It's hard to blog. It's it's your thoughts and stuff, but I'm more of just a post person.
Yeah.
Kind of just say something quick and be out.
The Twitter is perfect. And you just have a quick thing and just hit post and it goes to Twitter and you don't have to worry about it. It's like a text message. It's 140 something characters, so it's actually
I'm gonna have to do it now.
Yeah. It's cool stuff. I mean, everybody's on Twitter, right? You also leave cryptic tweets to tell people when your next songs are coming out and do fun stuff like that. Make it like a game. It's pretty cool stuff.
Cool.
So I guess that's enough of the social media. So when do you expect to have your mixtape done? Do you have a time period?
I really don't, but I think I've held off long enough in the last year, so I'm trying to get something done by August.
So
definitely.
I have a question then. So mixtapes obviously aren't tapes anymore, and they're probably not really I guess there's some CDs, but how do you actually give some of your mixtape today? How do I listen to your mixtape on my iPhone or my car, which are my primary music listening devices? Right?
Everything can be put on iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm yet to learn how to use iTunes and get put up there, but dude, iTunes, throw everything up there. So I think that's what a lot of people are doing.
Have you noticed with technology that if you were doing this, say, 15, 20 years ago, do you think it would be harder for you to get noticed without all the technology that's available to actually promote yourself, or do you think that it's harder because there's more people doing it now? What do you think?
I think it's harder because there's too much technology helping people that don't have any talent.
Yeah.
So people with no talent are working with machines and all types of things to make them sound great, and it's taking away opportunity and chances for people that actually have God-given gifts.
Yeah.
And they don't need all those productions. So I probably would have been noticed, I think, 10 years ago versus today. And I was younger, so.
That's fun. The whole nightclub scene where people just go and hopefully somebody notice them there, right? It's different, right?
Yeah, but these days, now that I'm a little bit older, I'm not focused too much on being in the spotlight megastar.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I could do backup vocals. I don't mind doing backup. I would love to write for other artists the way Neo and Psy started. Carrie Hilson, they all wrote and then they became, who they are today. So I would just love to be recognized for my lyrics and what I'm trying to do and what I really love,
Yeah. Yeah, it's just as long as you're doing something you're passionate about, it really doesn't matter how famous you are, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we're going to go another quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about some of her musical influences. And we're back. Welcome to the next segment of Tyman on Tap. You mentioned before you're Dominican and Puerto Rican, right? So, and you mentioned that you have more of urban pop music. Do you take any from the Latin music roots that you and your family comes from? Do you take any of that and put it into the more urban music, or is it more the more mainstream type of urban pop?
I will. I've actually done more urban stuff in the past.
Yeah.
But I am definitely trying to. I also told myself maybe a Latin Rihanna would be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So definitely I will be taking what I do know from my Latin roots and putting it into my music.
So, growing up, was Latin music big in your household, or was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of Marc Anthony's, Olga Tañón.
Yeah.
Elvis Crespo. My great godmother, Celia Cruz. I'm sure you know that name.
Yes.
Yes. So my grandfather worked with her in the
awesome.
past. Yeah. So, a bunch of musicians there. I'm destined to be one.
Yeah, I guess so, right? So, oh, geez, I just played a blank. I was gonna say, I'm sorry. So, do you still listen to Latin music now, or what are you listening to when you're not performing and making your own music? Is it you mentioned Rihanna and Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys? What other stuff are you listening to?
Yeah, I listen to everything. Okay. Now, my country music. My ballet music, definitely my Spanish, Latin music, salsa, bachata. Dominicans, we love our bachata. My boyfriend, I have him stuck on Spanish music all the time. So, yeah, I listen to everything.
So country. So are you gonna like grab some country, grab some Latin, and mix it in with the urban hip hop type of thing?
That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna remember that one. That'd be cool.
That's funny. David Bowie, not David Bowie. Tom Petty recently said that country music is just bad rock with fiddles.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I like country music.
So do you listen to any rock and roll or any of that type of stuff?
Yeah, everything. Well, I grew up with like Limp Bizkit and Korn and Marilyn and all those people. I listen to, let me see, who have I listened to lately? I mean, I listen to like 104.1 Rock.
Yeah.
So whatever's on the radio.
A lot of alternative rock.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like Limp Bizkit, that's something else. Fred Durst. Didn't he sign with
I haven't.
I think he signed with Cash Money. He signed
Really?
with, yeah. I'll look it up real quick, but yeah, he signed with some ridiculous label for him.
Huh. Haven't even heard about it. I don't. I'm surprised he's still alive. I don't remember what happened to him after Rollin'.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were bad. I'm sorry. I mean, I remember in middle school they were all the rage, but I mean they were bad. The whole new metal wave was just. Oh yeah, they're on Cash Money right now.
What the heck? Well, that's all Wayne. He loves, Wayne crazy anyways.
Yeah.
He can make a lot of things, anything sound good, so you never know. They might have a good project.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been on for a few years when this came out of it. I mean, even Korn, which is like the first of all those new metal bands, they really haven't done much lately. They did, like a few years ago, they did that music video with all those rappers playing themselves. Like, it was like, Exhibit was the bassist.
Oh, rappers were playing Korn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And I can't think of who else, but I know Exhibit was in it, and Little John was the lead singer of Korn. And like
funny.
And they were like took the personalities of the members of Korn, and like it was really silly. I think Snoop Dogg might have been the drummer, maybe, I don't know. I guess it was a long time ago.
I have to Google that one.
Yeah, that was like the last big hit, and now they haven't done anything at all in a while. But and Marilyn Manson, it's just odd, creepy music.
Yeah.
That seems like it's very different than those bands sound very different than the way you describe the music you're making, though. By the way, it's like it's very over here and you're over there. It's very interesting, very broad musical taste, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, who out there? Obviously, you wanted to work with Whitney, but who out there would you want to, like? What producer or what songwriter or what collaborator would you want to work with, like Dream?
Oh wow, Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
Definitely, I'd love to work with her for the vocal skills.
Yeah.
And then anyone from, forgive me, is it Sia or Psy? Psy? The one that does Chandelier? I want to say Sia. I always say Sia. She's a great lyricist. Her voice is awesome. Who else is out there? I mean, there's so many on the top of my head. Just probably more or less a lot of ghostwriters and lyricists, so I can see how they write. And I still want to learn how to use, like oxymorons and different antonyms and synonyms and stuff when I write,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, but so yeah, I think I can learn a lot from other writers.
What about producers? Are there any producers that come to mind? Like,
I mean, no. Whoever does Rihanna's stuff and like Chris Brown's stuff, I would love producers like them. I don't know too many by name except like mainstream DJ Khaled and Swizz Beatz, but there's the hip hop stuff I wouldn't.
Well, there's people like Rick Rubin, who's literally produced everybody. Like, he's produced Mick Jagger. He's produced.
Okay, Rick Rubin.
Yeah, he did. Who was the big? I think it was it Run DMC was his first big band, and then he does a lot of Jay-Z stuff, and he's like a famous producer. Every time I ask somebody like that question, if they. That's like no matter what music they are, they're always like Rick Rubin. So I was actually surprised that you didn't mention Rick Rubin.
Wow. First time I'm hearing about him.
Yeah, he's pretty famous. He's the guy with the big. He's like, you've probably seen him before. He's like this big beard. He's kind of chunky, and he's just like he's on like every classic hip hop album that's worth listening to is probably Rick Rubin. And then he moved on and did rock and roll, and came back and did more hip hop.
Cool.
He's been all over the place.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess he's kind of like Dr. Dre in that way. He's done a lot of
all right.
So let's talk about your songwriting process. So how do you write a song?
I love to hear music first.
Yes.
I'd rather hear the music and then I just feel and think whatever I feel, what comes out. Yeah, it's a lot easier like that.
So do you write your own music or do you sample?
I do write all my music.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you start with the music first, and you add your lyrics to whatever the music you hear.
Yeah.
So, so what type of mood do you think are you in when you write a good song? Is it like whatever mood you're in, you can channel that into like your lyrics, or do you have to be in a certain mood? Do you have to be relaxed, or do you have to be angry, or do you have to?
Nope, it's whatever I'm feeling. If I'm happy, it'll be happy. If I'm feeling sad, it'll be sad. If I'm feeling lustful, it'll come out lustful. If I'm feeling like screw you, I don't care, then it'll be a screw you, I don't care type of song. So yeah, literally, it goes on all my feelings. Every one of my songs says something about me and is telling a little secret if you really listen.
So your songs are very autobiographical.
Yes, that with also just
So you're a little bit of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and just trying to be very positive. Letting people know like I did it, you can do it. We all go through it.
So you've kept going back to the fact that your songs are positive and inspirational. What do you mean by that? Like what is the message you're trying to get across to people when they're listening to your music?
I like to say my music is real. So go with your gut feeling. Go with what you know in your heart is what you really want to do, where you want to be, where you want to go, who you want to be as a person. And just really work hard and strive, for where you're trying to go, and just keep trying to push people in that direction. Like anything can happen, anything. As long as you want it, it can happen.
So, are these coming from your personal experiences? Is your music depicting how you overcame a struggle, or are you just trying to stay positive? Like, what's this driving force behind your positivity?
Well, music definitely has saved my life plenty of times.
Okay.
So it definitely, all my music definitely comes from the past, the present, and the future of my life. Can you repeat your question again, though?
So I guess I would say, is your positivity coming from particular real-life experiences that you've been through, or is it you trying to make sure that you stay positive and that if you do feel down, you have your music to rely on? Like, is it because of something that happened, or is it to prevent something from happening? You know what I'm saying? It's like, is it because you went through a struggle and now are positive, or now you're using the music to make sure you stay positive?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I know that I'll always have my music. So with my music, I'll always be okay, no matter what.
That's good. So when you were growing up, you obviously, at a young age, you knew you wanted to perform. How was your family like when you're like, I just want to make music. I don't want to have a 9-to-5 job. I want to write cool songs and perform and inspire other people. What was their initial reaction to this?
They were thrilled about it. My mom, I love you, my #1 fan. She, when I was in high school, I was going to New York. She was taking me to New York, and I'd go and record and do whatever, and then the next day I'd be right back in school. She was totally all about it. I decided I didn't want to go to college. I just wanted to do my music, so I did. So I worked and I did my music and just kept doing my music, and then it just went on from there.
Okay.
Yeah, so cool. They've always been behind me. At least my mom's side has always been behind me. My dad's another story.
But is your dad's family the one that was musicians, or is it
my mom's family?
Your mom's family. Okay, so I guess it's kind of easier if you're like, oh, this is the family business, than if it's just like, I'm gonna go do this.
Yeah.
That's good. So where's the craziest in terms of this, I can't believe I'm performing here, venue you performed at so far? Have you had any really cool venues?
Probably when I was in Miami, just working as a South Beach, it was on South Beach as a nightclub singer. Mm-hmm. I met anybody that's in everybody.
Did you meet LeBron?
Okay, not LeBron. But
Dwayne?
Chambers.
Oh, Chambers.
Yeah, the stupid. No, I didn't meet anyone. Only Joel Anthony's and Chambers. Only met them two. But I met Sean Kingston, Little Romeo. I danced and sang with Adriana Lima from the Victoria's Secret model.
Yes.
The new one, her. Joe from back in the day. Will Smith came up one time. Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah.
and the Chinese guy from Black Eyed Peas.
Okay.
Them. So I mean, I've chilled and hung out with everybody. So I think, and just being there in that club, doing what I love to do, and having these people see me and me interacting with them was probably the coolest thing ever. It was really awesome, really
That's
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how was Will Smith?
Will Smith, I missed him by a week.
Yeah.
I did miss him by a week. I just thought I threw him in there though because he did open up the club. But I hung out with everyone else. Everyone else is awesome. Even down to little Justin Bieber. He's really cool.
You met Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Was he like stoned or like crashing his car?
Not crashing. He had his driver. He probably was stoned. He was in the back seat with some friends. But he was cool. He was a cool kid.
So what's Super Mario like? Mario Chalmers, is he a cool guy?
Chambers, he's a little doofy dude. I thought honestly that like people like celebrities were gonna be like different, but they're not. Especially basketball players. They're probably just like any hood, any hood guy that you could find over here somewhere. They're just like that, just with money. They're idiots.
Well, a lot of them don't even have the money that they got, so a lot of them spend it very quickly.
Yeah, So back to they're just idiots.
Yeah, I guess so. That's cool. So I guess you haven't had the same experience in the Northeast, meaning bumping into people, have you?
No. Just I'm just thrilled that I did get to find a studio that's an actually professional studio, professional people. A friend of mine has been to a studio. Some artists like R. Kelly's recorded in there, and like
in Wallingford?
Wow. Rolling Stones recorded in there. There've been some people that have been in there, and I think the people really took to me. I've only had a couple sessions with them, but I really think they took to me, and they know what I'm trying to do. So I really hope they have some projects for me in the future.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna stick by their side, definitely.
Yeah, if like you got R. Kelly and the Rolling Stones, I mean that's pretty cool. Those are pretty big names.
Yeah, I've been there for a while.
That's cool. That's like got to be really inspiring. Like.
Oh my God, it was. I like it's my home. It's my home. I go there, take my shoes off, I run around, I talk to the microphone. Like I love it. I love it so much. So
I gotta tell a story because it kind of relates to this. So I've seen a platinum record before, and it's from a Snoop Dogg album from about 7 years ago. And the only reason I've seen it is because somebody who works at a startup downtown New Haven was formerly Snoop Dogg's website. Webmaster guy. He built a website for Snoop Dogg, and so they give out a couple dozen platinum albums. So he actually has a platinum album from when he was working on his website at the time.
Wow.
So he has like in his office, it's like
That's
a platinum
so
Dogg
cool.
for Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
a platinum album for Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, you gotta
see
put that up.
Yeah, you see that, and he's like, it's like, wait, you were in the music industry? He's like, yeah, I was. Then you find out what he was doing in the music industry, but he still was in the music industry.
Yeah. You get to see some people.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like you see that, you're like, wow.
Right.
Snoop Dogg gave you this. That's cool. Okay,
Yeah,
so we have a song. So why don't you describe the song?
This song is called How to Love. It's really kind of funny to try to describe it, but I guess it's just how to love. The lyrics itself are self-explanatory. There wasn't any big meaning behind it. Just kind of went with the music, so I wrote to it.
All right, let's go to the song.
I know we've had our ups and downs, but I'll always love you. I'll always be around. Till then. How it
That was your song, I Love. So why don't you describe how did you come about writing that song? Like what was your inspiration for that?
So there's not really too much of a story behind it. The hook is me and my brother were fighting at the time, and I didn't really know how to say sorry to him or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wrote the hook a little bit based around the situation we were going through. But then the rest of the song is just self-explanatory. Just how to love, when you're hurting so bad, how can you give your heart to someone? And even when you found it, you still, can't break down the walls because you don't know what's going to happen once they come down. So it's just, how do you love? But I'll always be your friend,
yeah.
And I'll always care for you and be your friend. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So where can people? This is non-commercial, so we have to talk about where can they find it for free. Is there anything available anywhere for free?
For free, yes. My SoundCloud. So
okay.
SoundCloud.com, Natasha Nicole 7. My picture is up there, and I'm singing into a microphone. You guys can find my music there, my up-to-date music up there. And then, of course, my Natasha Nicole 23 fan page on Facebook. Find all my blogs, posts, pictures, everything music that I'm doing, you can find up there. Tyman on Tap will be up there.
Awesome! I can't wait. So are you? So, not that you can specifically mention it, but are you planning to perform live anytime soon, or are you just in a recording phase right now?
I'm kind of in a recording phase right now. That's a good question actually, because there are a couple showcase venues I could go to. So I'm just trying to put a little project together so I can keep performing while I'm doing my studio, so I have that.
Right now, because I know you have I know bands go through this too. You have a lot of your own stuff, but are you against performing at a nightclub where you sing somebody else's stuff for the night? Or
no, I'll do cover songs. That's great. People love cover songs.
Yeah.
If I could open up the show with an awesome Rihanna song and then go into my music, and then mix different cover songs from different artists in there, people love that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it also gets a sense of who I am and what I like, because I picked out the music.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool. So.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Rihanna a lot. Is that your favorite current artist right
now?
It
really is. It really, really is. I know she doesn't write a lot of her music, which is kind of disappointing, but her style, her soul, her ambition, the way she works, the way she carries herself, she's very family orientated. She's just a dope person, I really think. And
some of her songs are pretty
crazy,
sexual.
Yeah, she's a growing woman, We start changing, and our bodies start going through things. Serious, and she's sexy. Like I said, when I'm feeling lustful, I'm gonna write about it, And it comes out to hot music. It's hot, it's cool, and a lot of chicks like myself, we relate to it.
She did that song with Coldplay, right?
Princess.
Princess of China.
Wanna be a princess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have had a.
Could have had a castle. You could have had a castle. I should have had a ring or something like that.
Yeah, you could have been my king. Yeah. That's a good song.
I'm a huge Coldplay fan. I know they're kind of wimpy, but I mean, sometimes you can't just listen to heavy stuff all the time.
Yeah. Coldplay's cool.
Yeah.
We're down.
So do you have any last words that you want to give to the people of Wallingford before we have to get off there and wrap it up?
Well, thank you for having me on the show. Definitely. And I guess just to everyone out there, follow your dreams. Do what you want to do, and follow your heart, listen to your heart, and listen to your parents because they definitely know more than you. But just do everything that inspires you to do. Just do it. Make sure it's something positive. And if you can give back to the community, that's even better. God will grant you many blessings.
Yes, always community service is always important.
Yes. Hopefully I get the charity entertainment. I really want to help out with this charity. And
whenever you can do something from somebody less fortunate, it's always a really good thing.
Always.
And it's great because artists have more opportunities to do stuff than an average person because people want to pay to go see them perform.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing. All right, so I think we have to wrap up. Thanks for coming on. Remember, next week we have the Hollister Thompson Band. We'll find out what they sound like. I'm not sure what they are. I'm going with they're a big band. They're a 50s big band. That's what they are. It's going to be like the Brian Sensor Orchestra. I don't know if that's what they actually sound like. All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you, Natasha Nicole, for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, see you, everybody. Have a good night.